let's go.
Thoughts can keep you down, pushing deep until you drown, or they can keep you up strong, focused on the now. Glass half full, or has it been emptied out? Well, that's all up to you and your mind. Do you doubt anything, everything, not a thing? Make my thoughts work for me, manifest what I need, what I want, what I see. I could be anything, I attract all the things that I see. I believe I'll achieve as I breathe in and out again and again. I don't doubt, I sit and I plan, and I found out that I can execute if I'm driven, if I listen, if I learn all the wisdom. Read some books, something written, watch the best, teach a system I invest. Never hidden, I ain't scared, ain't no chicken, I take dares. I'll be winning, you get back what you're giving. Find the reason that you're living, what you're good at, all your gifts and what you love. Take a risk and find out what you've been missing, yeah. The will lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. The will lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your
Hello everybody and welcome to the Hunter Tournament. Welcome to Waylanda Gaming. It is time for the Grand Finals. It's Sky Kings up against Play4Fun. We've had our lobby bans already. We have the coin toss done as well. It is going to be, what is it? Grok, Hayabusa, Zushin, and Cyclops. That's been removed from the equation. I'm just going to tell everybody I'm ready. And we're going to head off into the banning phase in this first match here. It's going to be a best of 5. So all to play for. Right now, it's going to be the Kings who's going to sit on top of the throne here. Live, the Hunter Tournament. It's been a month long. We've come all the way to the Grand Finals. The conclusion is right out now. I think I should actually put up a poll, right? I forgot to put up a poll. I want to see what you have to say. Who you think's going to be winning this? Who's going to be winning? Is it going to be Sky Kings? Is it going to be Play4Fun? Sky Kings, as we know, it's a lot of former prominence players in the mix here. Very, very strong team. Play4Fun. They've been around for quite a while. Teams know each other. I mean, that Cyclops ban was a clear respect ban coming through. We've seen what the Play4Fun does with the Cyclops. Some crazy plays coming through from them with that in the mix. And that's not a typical jungler, right? But one of the more typical bans, especially here in the Madagascar region, it's going to be the Xborg removed from the equation. So bye-bye Xborg. And as we know, maybe the most popular roam in Madagascar, Camilla. Bye-bye Camilla. So we won't see that Camilla-Sicilian combination coming through. Blitzer with the next ban. Teams aren't waiting too long here to decide what their bans are going to be. They seem to know what they want to remove from the equation. Alice is slowly, I think, heading into that must pick, must ban phase. You know, she's like just so strong. That AoE stun is amazing, and I would say based on her playstyle, she is one of the heroes that can work up against these healing compositions. And here we have Blitzer with what I'm considering to be maybe the best flex pick at this moment, which is CC. Because you can go CC Gold, which has been very strong as of late, especially in the pro scene. But CC XP is also no real slouch. So that's a strong pick coming through. And Play4Fun deciding to go a little bit old school here. And when I say old school, it's not really all that old, you know. It's been, I think, about 2 seasons where Minnow Sicilian was a strong combo. Sicilian was a monster after that, a bit of a rework where they reduced the action timing for the Sanguine Claws. And then Scar's been an absolute star of this tournament so far. Picking up the Lunox, again, can be a little bit of a flex pick. We're not 100% certain if they're going to keep it on the mid lane or they're going to switch it off towards the gold lane. But with the Lunox being around, it means Going too tanky is going to be a little bit dangerous here. Pika going for that Belleric pick. So it looks like Play4Fun want to stack CC on top of CC, on top of probably even more CC. But let's see what they're going to be banning out. Memphis already locking onto that YSS. So Lance is still open. I think they might want to deal with it. Carry is a very good ban to come out, knowing that they've already got 2 tanks. And if Sky Kings have picked up 1 tank killer, why give them 2? You know, you don't really want to be up against a Lunox and a carry, because once it hits they hit their power spikes, is deadly. Beatrix, Beatrix is quite a clever ban coming out from Sky Kings, simply because she's got the huge AoE damage, and it pairs up beautifully with the Wrath of Dryads, the Minoan Fury, even the Sanguine Claws with this kind of displacement and crowd control. So Beatrix adding those rocket barrages and that machine gun blast of hers could work out very nicely for the side of Play4Fun, and you know, Sky Kings recognizing that, removing it. But like Sai locking onto the Nolan, this is clever. You're looking at the lineup from Sky Kings so far, they don't have any hard lockdown, and that's Nolan's biggest danger. He's just going to be able to get in and get out, just doing whatever he feels like he wants to do at any given moment in time. You know, so Nolan is just a very, very good pick. He's back rocking onto that Grok. So Grok, I think we're going to see on the roam position. Mr. Anti-Heal himself, just throwing in that little bit of a natural dominance ice, shall we say, to deal with the heals that come out from Ghost against Minnow. CCARP picking up the Ruby. So now it's a bit of a question, right? Are we going to see any swap outs here? We know CCARP usually rocks the gold lane for the side of Sky Kings. So are we going to see the Ruby on the gold? Are they going to switch it to the CC on the gold? It looks like they're going to stick to Ruby gold up against the Clint. I mean, naturally, they wouldn't have known that Clint would have been that pick. Clint has a decent amount of range just to stay away from that swinging scythe of a Ruby and not get caught up and dragged in with that flicker arm offended underneath the turret. But it looks like Sky Kings are rocking the newish meta, shall we say, with the fighter on the XP lane, on the gold lane. And they can do that knowing that they have a marksman in the jungle. So when you pick up a YSS in the jungle, it's just so conducive. It's so fitting. It just works so well when you pick up a fighter on the gold lane. It's a brilliant combo. But we're going to be taking a look here at what is the mid lane battle. This is where it all starts. This is where things are going to be quite hectic. Nice poke damage coming up from Sicilian to the Lunox, but she's trying to sustain through all of this. That's the only issue when it comes to Sicilian and a poking. You got to get the range right, just right, as YK-san is doing here onto Scar. Mono with a little bit of extra poke, but Loki Memphis, he's into the mix here. He wants to throw out a couple of shots, just wants to force everybody back. Is doing so. Nolan, on the other hand, opting, saying, you know what, I don't really want to go for a contest of the litho. I'm just going to use this extremely fast jungle clear speed of the Nolan, if you know how to proc that passive abilities of his properly. Oh, and the first blood goes the way of Scar on that Lunox. Revitalize coming out just to make sure that there's no real need to recall. But that's what we've seen from Scar. Scar is just so strong in the mid lane. One of the strongest mid lanes I've seen in recent times. Basha doing a nice job just providing that little bit of extra vision. So Ruby knows what is heading her way. But look at this from Nolan. Just complete jungle clear. Uses the red tree as well. I'm loving this jungle rotation here from Sai. He's got a little bit of extra farm, can we say, compared to Memphis, but there's a bit of a setup here in the mid lane. They managed to catch Madagascar. There's the fracture. This is the thing with the Nolan, right? You get that extremely fast wave clear, and then it makes the mid lane very, very dangerous. Mountain Shocker comes in, but the flicker from YK Sun just getting to reposition, and it's time for the first turtle. But Nolan, once again, look at this. He's pushing for that retry gap. He wants to try to, or she wants to try. I'm not sure whether Sai is a guy or a girl, right? To be honest. I'm gonna say he because Nolan's a male character, so don't sue me. However, Loki Memphis went for the buff instead of the small camp, and so he should be able to take this. It does not look like they want to go for the contest here. There's going to be a bit of an invade. Asuzuki making the rotation, but there's the curtain call into the armor fended. The explosion in here in the jungle. It's going to be a lot of poke damage being taken to the Belleric. He has to use the vengeance to get back to safety. So stolen buff as well. The pressure was placed here. It looks like Memphis is like, no, I've got retribution available. Let's contest for everything. The pressure is on once more. It's going to be a stolen buff. Basha will take a lot of damage, uses the revitalize. They're trying to chase down everybody. The Mountain Shocker is into the backline. They managed to take down Sai. Oh, the armor fended from CCARP on a point. As look at this from Sky Kings. They switched gears. They understood that they had the opportunity to place pressure across the map. They're just stealing farm upon farm upon farm. This is just crazy plays coming out from them right now. Already very strong start. Basha being dragged back there by the Sanguine Claws as Nolan's trying to lock on. Oh, he's going to take a lot of damage. The Wrath of Dryads does come out by CC with that curtain call. Oh, Manoan Fury keeping everybody alive. But Lunox got there with that Dark Ultimate just secures the kill. However, Diddy's back. He's going to have to run. He's on that Basha. He's a bit of a slippery customer. No pun intended. But the rotations from both these teams, I'm loving. I mean, it's not often you get to see gold laners move as much as we are watching right now, which is the proper way to play. I mean, most of the time we get to see just gold laners. It's like to sit in the lane and sit and sit and sit. And I'm like, don't you get tired of sitting so much? You got to get those rotations. Oh, but the chase is on here. Waki-san almost taken down in the mid lane, forced away. And so this should be another uncontested turtle going the way of Sky Kings. Once more, they're placing pressure here into the jungle. They want to give Memphis the space to take the turtle without using retry and actually steal this. Oh, the curtain call onto one. It's going to be I think a stolen buff is. Are they going to go for the steal here? Lunox is dishing out the damage. Oh, the Wrath of Dryads comes in there as they manage to take down the one. They're chasing the Clint underneath the turret. Oh my goodness, Ruby escapes with like 1 HP. And the fight is still on. It's going to be the Bats Feast coming out. The Minoan Fury just knocks everybody up. Overextension. Mino managed to set it up there, but it's going to pay the price. Though did get a little bit of, was that a shutdown kill? No, not exactly, but I think taking out the jungler was very good. But Ruby once more throws the armor fended. Been dragging everybody. Curtain call once more. Belleric taken down there. Ruby in the front line just pushing everybody back. They've created the space, and look at this. I think we should see tier 1 turret start to fall. They traded the mid lane for the top lane, but Sky Kings foot on accelerator right now. Jungle invades continuing. Sai just not being given any space to breathe. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, there's Ruby underneath the turret. Mega kill here for the Ruby. We're switching back across here to the jungle. It was looking like a potential jungle invade, but they did create the space enough here to secure a turret in response. But Benedict is in a lot of trouble. Pops the Wrath of Dryads, but it's going to get taken out of the equation. Minoan Fury pops up, but there's the Mountain Shocker into the mix. They're trying to get something done. The Fracture was on point, but the Revitalize coming through here from Diddy's back on that Basha, just keeping everybody healthy and alive. Sky Kings, once again, moving from buff to buff. The rotations here so much on point, placing so much of pressure. It's so difficult for the side of Play4Fun to try to deal with this. Clint being forced back to the tier 3 turret. There's a wave cut going on, full team wave cut as they try to put pressure here on the tier 2 turret. They do manage to take it down. Nolan, meanwhile, is just like, okay, while this action's going on, let me see if I can actually take this quicker than they can get here. He's throwing out a lot of skills, still has the fracture available, should probably be able to secure it. Yeah, use the fracture and manages to get back Susai, securing an objective at least. But there, once again, with the map being open, once they took that mid lane turret, the amount of pressure being dealt here, there's the Ruby once more into the mix, waiting patiently to land that armor fended onto the backline, holding on here, just distracting, zoning. The Wrath of Dryads did come out, so it's not going to be available. Memphis, he's on his little bit of a skateboard here, wants to wait, holding patiently. Minnow's trying to block this off, goes in for the Minoan Fury. Clint trying to dish out the damage there from the backline, but his Minnow is going to get taken out of the equation. There's the flicker arm offended, but I think onto the wrong target. Beleric, he's soaking up the damage, uses the vengeance, and with that, we would expect to see the side of Sky Kings just disengage from this, go back to that hectic farming strategy that they've been using. Lots of pressure, as we got to see. It's 16-3 in their favor. Just a minute to go for the first Lord. Right now, I think using this minute, they would want to try and take down a couple more tier 2 turrets, because you want to, in this space of time, try to get as many of the holy shields popped, because when you're going to take that early Lord, it can work out in your favor. But here we see Blitzo being engaged upon, manages to sidestep that the dash, throws in the curtain call. Beleric forced back here as once again pressure being placed. They choose to take the opportunity. There's the mountain call, there's the arm offended. We should see another tier 2 turret being removed from the equation. Both top and bot, they just need to try to get that. They've got 20 odd seconds here to try to get this holy shields to be popped out. But Minotaur just making sure that that's not going to be the case. Beleric going to try to do the same as well. The holy shields, like we said, they're still available here. Maybe a little bit more aggression from the side of Sky Kings would have been very much in their favor, because you've got 3 seconds to go for the first Lord of the game, and with no holy shields, it definitely puts that winning angle, that winning advantage, in the mix here. Suzuki, SK, the back-to-back champions. Oh, interesting, and it looks like they're heading towards an international tournament next. So that's going to be quite interesting. Though, when it comes to these international tournaments, they have to be LAN events because of the difference in MS. Running these international online tournaments, we've tried one ourselves. It's not ideal. Not in the slightest, right? But good luck to them in what they're going to be doing. However, I'm sure although they'll be eyeing future prizes, they've got their eye on this prize. They've already got a very strong, very dominant start to this GrandFinals. Lord being allowed to push up. There's Basha into the mix here. They're trying to get the lock on. Beleric once again throws out that Wrath of Dryads, drags 2 underneath the turret. The team are trying to respond. The Lord being allowed to move in freely. Sanguine Claws does catch out quite a bit. The pressure now being placed. There's the Mountain Shocker into the backline. Minnow hits that Minoan Fury. Knocks up onto 4. The shutdown finally onto CCRP. But it's mega kill here for Memphis. Are they going to be chasing to try to get a couple of the turrets? I think they should be able to pick up a tier 2. Blitzo there didn't lock onto the turret. They didn't turret lock. It was a potential to actually get the first tier 3 turret of the game. So I'd say for the side of Play4Fun, they'd be thinking this defense has worked out very, very well, very much in our favor. Blitzo now trying to get the lock on here. It's going to be difficult though with the full team coming into the rescue. Keeping all those turrets available was definitely what they were looking for. I mean, they have not lost a turret even though there was no Lord, because when you're in a disadvantage like this is what, a 9k gold deficit for Play4Fun. You want to be in the game long enough. The longer this game goes on, the greater your chances for having a potential comeback, especially with a Sicilian in the mix. That's one of the ultimate scalers that you get. So Sanguine Claws here, just dragging the Basha back. Both teams just poking, seeing what they can achieve. Play4Fun, they've got to stick as a 5-man, which is what they're doing. Oh, nice catch here onto the Memphis, who's going to be forced away. There's the Wrath of Dryads that comes out as they manage to secure the Ruby as another kill once more. They're chasing down Memphis. It's going to be a shutdown. There's Minnow. He hits the Minoan Fury. Oh, manages to knock up two. We see the follow-up. Minnow trying to hightail it out of there, but it's going to be a mega kill here for Scar on the Lunox. It's Blitzo in the back line. The sort of Vitalize doing so much of work. It's a shutdown onto Asasukia on that Clint. That turnaround of a fight just kept Sky Kings in the mix here. They were in a lot of danger with those pickups, especially considering the next Lord of the game was going to be up and running. Oh, yo, John, you mean the ones I'm organizing? Yeah, okay, yeah. You could say that's international. Well, you know, we always organize tournaments here. It's what we do. And I'm quite happy to see in the latest tournament that we've organized the number of Madagascar teams that are in the mix. I'm sure if those of you tuned into the draw phase, you've seen how many of your compatriots have joined the Iron Gauntlet. So Lord being secured by Sky Kings. This is going to be a little bit more of a difficult defense for the side of Play4Fun. With no Holy Shields available to add that extra layer of protection, it's a question of just can Sky Kings get their lanes synced up. It's difficult for Play4Fun to get those lanes unsynced. Blitzo here just scouting out that blue buff. I mean, you know when it's available. You don't have to take it down immediately. You just wait for someone to show up. If you can get a potential pick-off, all the better, which will allow you to, get that lockdown onto the base. Because to get this final bit here, even though having your waves synced up, right, will be... It is ideally what you want to do. It's not the easiest thing to actually break into a base, especially with all these team fight skills. Yeah, Jawari, if Sky Kings ended up in Group 2, that would have been for sure the group of death. It was just, that Group C is looking very tasty. Basha taking a lot of damage in here. The Lord being allowed to push freely. Oh, the Flicker, Minoan Fury manages to knock up 3. The Wrath of Dryads coming in. This is what we were talking about with the big team fight skills. They managed to take down the Ruby. The chase is on. The base has been cracked open here, but see, finding that angle is just so difficult. They're putting pressure for all the turrets that they could possibly take. They've taken down all the tier 3 turrets, but I don't think they're going to be able to find that ending angle just yet. This is what we always say. Ending is not the easiest thing in the world. There's the curtain call onto 2, forcing back the Sicilian. Sicilian's the real danger right now. Oh, but the Mountain Shocker catches up to 2. They manage to take down the Belleric. There's more pressure being placed in here. Blitzo uses that vengeance, but the Sky Piercer procs from Clint. He chases everybody back. Defense reasonably successful here from the side of Play4Fun. With all that action, I mean, we just had a Lord, and if you look at it, it's like less than a minute to go for the next Lord of the game. It's action central. Nicely done here from the side of Sky Kings. They just left that little small creature from the blue buff. They're not going to let the Nolan get his blue buff, and that's what Nolan really needs. Nolan's energy management is not the best. A bit like a Fanny and a Ling in that case, where you really do need. However, Ghost again has been doing a good job of at this late stage, just protecting the Nolan, so he can actually get close to try to potentially contest for objectives. But as things stand, this is the third and potentially final Lord of the game. Memphis just using that vision, throws out the Mountain Shocker, knows that the team has gotten everybody zoned away, so as you can see, clear, uncontested Lord. Now it's just about being patient. You gotta wait for the Lord. You've got to get your... There's no tier 3 turrets available, so you can't get all the waves pressured into the base very, very easily. And it's just about getting that right angle so that your marksman, which would be YSS in this case, can get the lock on. Yeah, Johari, Sicilian is definitely starting to hurt. Once we hit this timing here, if we're heading towards the 7-minute mark, even without complete set of items, Sicilian will hurt so much. And the thing about a Sicilian is he has this crazy wave clear ability, right? And now the Lord is in the mix here. We've got at the front line, just doing the zoning away. The lock is on here. It's going to be a shutdown onto the Lunox finally, but there's the opportunity to lock onto the base. However, the defense is coming out so strong. It's just a couple of hits away. Oh my goodness. It's everybody except the YSS. It's just, they needed to get the lock on. It's a 4-for-nothing exchange. When you're up against teams with these huge teamfight spells, this is where the danger lies. So Play4Fun, they live to fight another day. Now, based on the timing, right, they're not going to have the opportunity to end the game, right? But they will have the opportunity to take down a couple of turrets, probably 2. You can't take down 2 and then disappear. From the mix. Sticking around here is going to be too deadly. Though right now, it's going to be difficult for them, right? The base should heal up in time for the next Lord, but the next Lord is that 18-minute Lord. This is the one that's going to super hurt. Whoever gets this is going to be in pole position to win this game. So Sky Kings, from that very strong start that they had, are now struggling to finish the game off, which was to be expected based on the team lineup that they're up against. Even getting a bit of poke right now onto the jungler, unless you're going to get a pick off, it's too much time still available. 30 seconds to go. This Lord, Play4Fun, have to contest for. I wouldn't say have to contest for. There is this alternate strategy, right? But it's very high risk. The strategy being, if you can't get close to contesting because of the lane management that's being done by the side of Sky Kings, then you wait patiently as you possibly can. When the Lord makes its way, when it should head up the mid lane, you can pull it to either the left or the right, and then from there, you use those team fight skills of yours. And as you're heading towards like the 20-minute mark, it's if you get a 4-man wipe, you're going to be able to end the game. But there's the engagement here. Wrath of Trias does come out. Minotaur with a Minoan Fury knocks up the backline. They manage to take down Sai, but it's going to be Asasuka on the clip that's taken down as well. The pressure is being placed. Minotaur is trying to sustain through all of this, but he's going to be removed from the equation. It's going to be a 3-for-1 exchange. Lunox was taken down, but this is a winning angle. There's the arm offended coming out here. It's just 2 left alive to defend. Fracture being used defensively, but I think that's the lock. That's it. They found that angle. I think maybe it would have been a bit better for Play4Fun to use the defensive style or the defensive strategy that I mentioned. That could have been the angle that could have been useful. But this was very, very tight. I mean, you wouldn't have said that at the start of the game that it was going to be so tight. But it was, because I mean, the way Sky King started was like an absolute house on fire. But Play4Fun showing that they're not here to play games. They're in the GrandFinals for a reason. Right, and so we're going to head into the second match. It's first blood being drawn by Sky Kings, but it was first blood by not plenty, just a couple of drops. So this wasn't like a killing blow to start. This was just a bit of a scratch. Let's see how things turn out in this second match. This is a best of 5, so it's going to be quite intense, shall we say. It's not just like, okay, everything's going to be won or lost right now. As we just wait for the players to get into the lobby. I see 64% of the votes have gone the way of Sky Kings. They are everybody's favorites. What are everybody's? Most people's favorites for the time being. They have lived up to their favorite tag in winning the first match. But as we got to see, this was not easy. Not easy at all. But it's when the games are the way they are, it just makes it a lot more entertaining, a lot more interesting. So we get into the banning phase now, as we all know. The lobby bans are coming out, right? While the lobby bans are here, if you could just give me a second, I need to get something to wet the throat. As Brawny is just shouting out Sky and Blitzo. So let me get something to wet my throat, because you know what's going to happen. It's going to be a lot of action. I'm going to be screaming a lot into the mic. So if I don't have this, I want to be coughing in midstream. All right, we're back up and running. Let me just tell everybody that are ready. And you can see the lobby bans for yourself. It's Cyclops, Zushin, Camilla, and Hayabusa this time around. So I know I am up and running and ready. But we also are running a dual stream here. So on Facebook, I think it is, that we've got the secondary stream where it is in a different language. We're getting all multilingual in the house. So, you know, if you wanted to tune in, it's live on Facebook as well. But, you know, I'd like you to have you with me as we, or as I yell out the action and get all excited. It's the way I am. I kind of love this game. I love esports as a whole. I get very, very, very excited when it comes to those plays and outplays and moments like that. My baby, I'm not saying that you're actually my baby. I'm just reading your name there. It's not a best of 3. It is a best of 5.
Let's hear from the crowd. Make some noise for yours truly.
Good ban with the CC. CC caused too much of chaos there. And Xborg as the response. So bans somewhat similar to the first game, minus a few respect bans that were thrown into the mix. Will we see the Sicilian ban coming out? It did give cause a lot of problems for the side of Sky Kings. Are they going to go for that, or are they going to be sticking to their traditional bans? As we can see, Joy being removed from the equation. We've seen Memphis on that Joy cause chaos over the years. As part of Madagascar, as part of prominence, right? Memphis and Joy seem to go hand in hand, and that's a pretty good removal from the equation. And what has to be removed right now? Alice has to be removed from the equation. Has to. You can't leave that hero around anymore, but it left a couple of other interesting picks in here, like Angela, for instance, who has been seeing the light of day significantly more than previously, right? Recently has been extremely strong.
Are the two greatest inventions.
Oh, you used to comment on Facebook with oh, that's nice, that's nice. You know, maybe you can come and join me one day and do some commentary with me. I always like to have extra people in the house. If you're wondering why I'm doing this particular stream solo, it's my team have worked very, very, very hard for a very long time. And so I gave them a little bit of a break and said, you know what, guys, you can relax a little bit. I got this. I've got the Hunter tournament. I'm excited to see its conclusion. And as we were talking about, Angela picked Scar this time, switching up and saying, I want the Sicilian. And Diddy's back going for maybe the most meta, the absolute meta pick right now. It's Grok. Crazy pick. Ooh, the strong pick coming in here from Ghost again on that Khalid, and YK Sun rocking the Changi or Changa. Right now, this is going to be interesting. It means that I think we're going to see, is Changa on the mid lane, or is it going to be on the gold? Where's Angela going to be going? Who's going to be going into the jungle right now? This is interesting, right, to say the least. And I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me in the chat what you think is going to be.
See value in me?
Your team is banned.
You should.
The combos coming out. Who's going to be going to which lane? Because this is very difficult to tell. And Play4Fun, they do love these magic heavy damage strategies and styles of play and drafts. We saw them do that in the semis, and they did an excellent job to get themselves to the finals using that strat. It looks like they want to say, okay, it worked for us so far, let's continue with us. Alright, nice to know. Nice to know. You must come and join our community, right? And then you get in contact with me, and then we're always looking for extra casters and people to do a whole lot of things, right? Because if you don't know the amount of work that goes in the background that everybody doesn't get to see, so big shout out to the organizers of the Hunter tournament, right? They've done a stellar job. This has been one of the how you can say this, one of the best organized tournaments that I've had the pleasure of streaming. I mean, you think about it, right? It was 8 p.m. Okay, my time 8 p.m. I'm not sure what the time is in Madagascar. 8 p.m. start. Everybody's in lobby. Full teams. Everything's done. Everything is sorted out. I was like, this is excellent. This bodes well for the future of Madagascan esports. I'm looking forward to what's going to be coming out of this country. As we can see, no being picked up at all. And Sasuke this time around rocking that alpha pick coming through. CCRP going for that Ixia, because I don't think Ixia really knows right now who she's going to be up against. And I was thinking about it. I was saying, oh, Lance is available. Lance is available. You gotta pick up the Lance is just too strong in the jungle right now, and but you gotta have the skills to back it up. It's a very high skilled hero. And I do agree with all of you in the chat, right? Play4Fun have some very interesting drafts. I said this actually in the draw phase of the Iron Gauntlet. I was like, this team's drafting can make you second guess anything and everything that's happening. There was a bit of a swap out, right? So it's going to be Changi on the gold. We thought it was going to be Changi on the gold. It turns out that we were correct. Angela is going to be the mid laner. And here's the battle that I'm really interested in. It's Grok up against Khalid. These are the two roams that I personally feel are the strongest right now because of what they can do in the early game. Now, Khalid is meant to do this. Wait patiently, and I mean, look at that. Scar already forced to use the flicker. We're not even at the first minute in the game. This is what a Khalid does. He goes in, he uses the skills, everybody is forced back. If you know, he went in a little bit more. Lance is going to be here just to try to add a bit of a degree of protection. But a Khalid. Oh my goodness, while I was watching what was happening in the mid lane, I didn't even think that something was going to happen there. As there's even more action. This game's very aggressive. Will we see the return first? Yes, we do. It's a 1-for-1 exchange overall. But they're gonna have to start protecting this Changi, because she's not gonna have the best of times up against an Ixia, not until she gets level 4. So you're gonna need the protection that can come out. So Khalid's gonna have to use that high mobility just to rotate across the map to provide Changi with exactly what Changi needs just to stay alive and in the mix. But as things stand, Play4Fun already with a bit of a gold lead. Nice invade here going in from Khalid. He manages to steal and delay Memphis's level 4 timing. Could this prove to be vital? They did get the lane pushed across. Changi making the rotation across. They want to go for this full 5-man. Khalid will walk inside here. He's going to get scouted out by the Grok. Pressure being placed onto Scar. The chase is back in here. As Changi will probably go back to clear the mid lane. The dance is on. Grok with the knockback once again. But Khalid, he's just going to sustain through all of this, especially with an Angela close by. Memphis got that level 4. Uses the puncture to dash to a bit of safety. Not starting it up just yet. Gatto got the charge going. You got to be careful with that Alpha, especially. He's got the Spear of Alpha. It's the hot cut that came out a little bit early. There's going to be the Avatar of Guardian. Doesn't manage to catch up to anybody, but it's Blitzo taken down in double quick timing. The Revitalize coming through here as pressure is now being placed. Changi is making that rotation across. She's got level 4 as well. She's going to help here to achieve the objective and push everybody back. There's that Changi. We're doing what we know what Changi can do. Just force everybody back. It's Turtle secured, and well, okay, Ixia is just eating up this gold, so you're gonna have to be careful of this come the late game, because you don't want Ixia to get too fed, because you don't have the backline dive per se. Granted, you do have the Gatto's Avatar of Guardian, but he's gonna have to be very, 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 very patient with the timing there, so this is gonna be a little bit interesting. Yeah, Khalid did get down. He's just very strong in the early game to play him on the roam position. Because yeah, you do need that that early game pressure. Oh, the tectonic charge with the Rance ultimate. Was just insane. That was nicely executed, but now there's going to be a lot of pressure placed here on the gold lane. They are trying to find the angle, but Lance manages to get back to a little bit of safety. 30 seconds to go for the Lord. There's the engagement. Blitzo is once more into the mix here, chasing down the Alpha. Gets a knockup. Hey, is he going to be able to manage to secure the kill? Alpha is sustaining through this, but now Phobius with the setup, with the kill, especially before this Lord. And so now the game has swung in another direction. Bat's Feast coming out from Scar here, just forcing everybody back there, just making sure that they can actually secure what they need in terms of just making sure that this time around the turtle goes their way. But this game's got a lot of a back and front feel to it. So Lance still has that Phantom Execution available, but it looks like the side of Sky Kings don't want to put in too much pressure in here. They realize that Play4Fun, even with this interesting draft and lineup, are going to pose a bit of a threat, a bit of a challenge here, because the gold lead, or the gold, is fairly even. Lance just using that 5-minute timing to do what he does best, just clear a wave, move back across. Nice from Phobius, just leaving the farm for his jungler. And once more, this mid lane battle is proving to be very interesting. As to which of the two teams are going to win this battle. Though the longer this game goes on, we know what Sicilian can do with those infinite stacks. Oh, but there's going to be the full barrage coming out from CCRP. He's just knocking out, but the hot cut onto a Khalid, keeping him alive. That was nicely timed there defensively. Changi being pulled back. There's the Croc into the mix. It's gonna be the Bats Feast and the slam dunk there from Scar, just to securing that kill. As the team rotates across. Oh, look at this from Grok, just making sure that Ixia can have the opportunity to try and take this turret down. But with Alpha and Angela close by, it's going to be difficult. Grok blocking off your Spear of Alpha, but doesn't land on point. There's going to be the hard guard coming out. Tectonic charge underneath the turret. The pressure being placed. Oh, Sanguine Claws almost dragging back here. But Avatar of Guardian manages to land onto the Phobius. Is he gonna get the knock-up? Not quite yet. Changi with those shooting stars, just forcing everybody back. Ixia, wish we could take it down. She's trying to sustain through this, but no, it's gonna be Ixia taken out from the equation. There's the knock-up. Infernal Pursuit from Phobius. They want to try to get a kill in response. Meanwhile, Lance is just free pushing. Memphis is just pushing away, securing the first turret of the game. He's going to be trying to move across here. Throws out the Thorn Rose, has the puncture to try to get away. Phantom Execution still on point. The team is in the mix as well. Phobius with the knock-up. Is he going to be casting it? Yes, he does. He goes for the Infernal's Pursuit. He's forcing everybody back, but there's a Spear of Alpha coming out. Phobius has to disengage. The knock-up is in there. Phobius, he's sustaining through all of this, but he's going to get melted down. Lance, he's trying to get close to this. It's so close. Oh, but Alpha secures the objective. It's going to be the Phantom Execution coming out from Lance. Oh, but the Thorn Rose almost used to escape, but Play4Fun, they've managed to secure even a few more kills. They've swung the gold lead to a 1k gold lead in their advantage, and the map is fairly even. This game is anybody's to win. It's really anybody's game to win. It's so difficult to say what's going to be happening right now. Let's just get the bulls up and running. Once more. Hardguard came out a little bit early here onto Sai. So they're gonna have to be a bit more patient, shall we say, when it comes to any engagements right now. The Hardguards is a skill that you want to have available. Changi split pushing very nicely. It's one of the things that Changi can do, though without an MM, it might prove to be a bit difficult to get the base lock when it gets to that stage for the side of Play4Fun. If you're on the side of Sky Kings, you could have to wait for the Grok Tectonic Charge set. So right now it's going to have to be a lot of communication and timing from your XP and Roma. They're going to be the ones that you need to sort of bait out the hard guard a little bit early, bait out the sandstorm from the Khalid, so you know that at least those two big skills are removed from the equation. And it is 10 seconds to go for this first Lord of the game, right? It's about the setup. Chaggy and Khalid putting pressure just to drag everybody back. Once more, they're trying to get that Ixia as low as possible. Just to force her back, and then they have the opportunity to set up. Khalid being scouted out here. Memphis has got a lovely angle. A very, very lovely angle. Khalid just escaping a lot of the damage with his mobility. Will heal back up. Meanwhile, there's a battle here happening on the gold lane. It's going to be the full barrage. Not even the hard guard to save. And so this now gives the numbers advantage to the side of Sky Kings. They can put the pressure on. They know there's no hard guard available. There's no Changi as well. But the pressure is being placed in here. Memphis, he's trying to dash around here. Uses the puncture just to get to a bit of safety. Meanwhile, CCRP is just pushing away on the top lane. Throws out the Thorn Rose. But Phantom Execution being used defensively. Khalid into the mix once more. Grok hits the Tectonic Charge. But the Revitalize keeping everybody alive here. It's the Bat Feast coming out. Oh, what the full barrage from Ixia. Just on point. On time. There's Avatar of Guardian. Infernal Pursuit ensuring that they get the kill. It's a 3-for-0 exchange. Opportunity to push the mid lane turret and take the Lord at the same time. But they opt just to secure the Lord because Chaggy's not the easiest hero in the world to take a turret against. Once more, oh, the wall into the infernal pursuit. They want to force back this Khalid. Objective secured here from Sky Kings. And with this, even though the kill counts are fairly even and the gold is fairly even, and the map turret pressure, lane pressure is fairly even, they've now secured a strong advantage with this Lord. Khalid with the sandstorm, but only lands onto one. Puts out a bit of damage here onto Blitzo, gets the knockup, but look at the wave clear from Changi. This is what we were talking about. That wave clear is insane. Rotation moving across. They're already into position very early. Knockup here onto Grak. Barbin onto a Gato, but that's not the hero you really want to go and engage onto, because he's going to just tank through quite a bit. Lanes not being allowed by the side of Play4Fun to be evenly set. They're not allowing for this. Look at Changi once again, going for the wave clear. But there's the full barrage just being used as a zoning tool here, so that they can actually achieve that mid lane turret to be opened up. Lord making its way down. We're past the 12-minute mark, so there's no holy shields available. There's no full barrage for the zoning here, so it's going to be difficult. They're going to hope to try to get at least half the health down. Changi once more. Grok just soaking up the damage here, just wants to protect the Lord as much as he can. Lord being pulled back. There's the engagement here onto the Alpha, but the hard guard has been committed. Oh, they're chasing down here in the mid lane as well. Khalid almost taken up. The tectonic charge knocks up onto 2, but the flicker back from Diddy's back. The Spear of Alpha comes in, but the full barrage, the setup, the flicker back. It's gonna be 2-for-1 exchange. Infernal pursuit to secure one more. Lances into the mix. He throws out the Thunderous. Oh my goodness. But it's going to be Kali to the rescue. A tier 3 turret being taken down by the minion waves. We should see another one go. Is this a potential winning angle? It's going to be difficult for just Shu. They have the opportunity to get the lock on. Are they going for it? It's Kali trying to defend all of this here. They have the opportunity. They got the space. Nobody's locking onto the turret except for, oh my goodness. And they finally managed to secure that victory. Very tight. Could have went either which way at the start of the game. Once again, like the first game, very, very tight, but Sky King's just coming out, edging it, coming out on top in this particular match. Khalid picking up the MVP for the side of Play4Fun. As would have been expected, that dominant performance from Khalid in the roaming position was wonderful. And, well, Ixier's timing on that full barrage was next level. That was awesome timing from CCARP on that Ixier. It was something to behold. And now, this is match point. This the third game coming out right now. This is legitimately match point for the side of Sky Kings. They have the opportunity to seal the deal, to end it all in this next one. So there's a lot of pressure for the side of Play4Fun as we'll be heading into this potentially final draft. If they win, obviously we're going to get into a fourth game, and I'm sure all the fans for Play4Fun are praying for a victory right now, so that they can get the opportunity to have a potential comeback. But we're gonna have to see what's gonna happen. It's all to play for right now. Who will take the victory? Will it be Sky Kings? Will it be Play4Fun? That bit of extra pressure, though, it's not the easiest thing in the world to manage. But if you're gonna be competing on the highest levels of Mobile Legends, pressure is something that you're gonna have to get used to. Scar, the captain here for Sky Kings, banning out once more that Zushin and Cyclops. They know that those are two picks that Raike-san on the mid lane is tremendous at playing. Just fantastic. And they've been targeting that mid lane picks from the side of Raike-san from the start of the tournament so far. And so it's Cyclops, Zushin, Grok, and Hayabusa are the 4 bans in the lobby. Let's head into the actual banning phase. Let's get to see. Are we going to have this being taken by Sky Kings in a clean sweep fashion? Or will Play4Fun be able to take us into the 4th game? Once everybody readies up, we will know. So I'll just let them know that I'm ready in advance. And this is it, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long tournament where we're getting down to this final stages of everything. It's taken us a month to get here. Very well played to both teams. I mean, to get to the finals of a tournament is no mean feat. However, the victor is still yet to be determined. Will we see the victor emerge now? Will we see it right now in this particular game? Or can we see Play4Fun do what we, those of us who support not Play4Fun, right, but support the underdog in this particular engagement? Can we get us into the fourth game as Kurap there with the Great Wall of Madagascar? Yeah, that wall from Grok was very much on point, but we won't get to see it in this game because, it's been banned out. It's been removed from the equation. Angela being removed, as well as Xborg has been the tradition, and the same as Alice. That has been the two bans from Sky King in all the matches so far.
True love is like blood.
And then we have the Camilla being removed from the equation as well. Yeah, Play4Fun have pulled some dramatic comebacks over the time that I've seen them play. Let's see. Let's see if they can actually do this. But Blitzo rocking that CC, which caused so much chaos in the first game. It's so difficult to decide what to ban when you're up against Sky Kings, because they've got this huge hero pool selection, and it makes it very difficult to target ban anybody there. Now, this is clever from the side of Play4Fun. They're going for two big disruptors, Khalid and the Glue. Huge disrupting potential. They're used to poke out and put pressure to bait out those ultimates. And there's two ultimates that they're going to have to try to bait out here. It's going to be the Minoan Fury and the Netherrealm coming out from the Pharamus there. Sky Kings, on the other hand, have an extreme sustain comp. CC has that self-sustain, as we know. Minnow has that, we know, the heals that comes from the second skill. And, well, the Netherrealm is one of the best ultimates for the healing strat. So extreme sustain composition, which means they need a bit of burst damage to go with this.
Love and night are everlasting.
And based on what we will see in the next couple of picks coming through, would the Lance be an option, even Joy for that matter? Because it's not like Play4Fun have that hard lockdown. Because this could be a perfect Joy. It actually could be a very good good Joy game. This is looking like a Joy game for the side of Sky Kings. But let's see what they decide, right? We've got the and jungle still to go. Are we going to see the Ruby come out once more in the gold lane? Yeah, it was just looking too much like a Joy game.
Time to drop the beat of the flute.
And so Ixia going for the CCARP, going for that Ixia pick. Well, we did an excellent job in the previous match, but would be hoping to combine with the Minoan Fury, and knowing that Pharamus is there with the Netherrealm can be a little bit aggressive, shall we say. I was wondering what Sai was going to really go for here, because it's difficult to decide what to go for a jungle pick here. Julian may not be a bad option, because like Julian is a little bit of an early-ish jungler. Just needs level 3 and can start dishing out the damage. And you could use that enhanced first skill of Julian to force out the Nether Realm very early from the Pharaohs if you can get that timing just right. But this is going to be a difficult match here for the side of Play4Fun. A lot of the pressure is going to be placed onto Pika and Ghost again. If they can get their rotations on point, and if they can actually place a lot of pressure and disrupt the skills, because Sky Kings have to play around that Minotaur and Pharaoh's timing.
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield.
They have to play around it, because that's going to be the win condition for them. You know, those are their game-changing ultimates. They have fairly long cooldowns, right? It's not the longest cooldown in the world. It's fairly long. So you're going to have to time yourself very nicely. You're going to have to be very disciplined. This time around, the positioning here from Scar and Derry's back, they recognized what Ghost again does on this Khalid. And so they stayed very patient to make sure that they were not going to be engaged apart. Oh, nice retribution coming up from Sai, just securing that litho. First time round that they actually went for the contest. And so I'm just reading the chat here, and it looks like everyone's bringing out their main heroes in this lineup. Finals, sometimes it's nice to play your mains. Scar taking a lot of damage from Valier. You don't want to get too close to a Valier early on in the game, because Valier, that continuous hurt from those fireballs. He's like Zuko from Avatar. The last airbender, the anime, not the live action, which I'm sure everybody knows that live action and the responses to that. If you're part of the anime community. Joy going in. Electro Beats comes out. But Julian, enhanced second skill, forces Memphis back. This is the thing with a Julian. It counters early game pressure with early game pressure. Khalid with a decent amount of poke here, as both teams are going to use that river speed to try to get into position for this contest. Nice camper from Sai, gets the knock up. Will not be able to go in for a follow up here, but managed to get the pushback. But this is what you would like to see from Blitzo. Comes in with the curtain call, chasing back the Julian. He's so close to be taken down. And down, second skill gets back to safety. Lovely play coming through, but once again sees the ARP on this Ixia, picking up the first blood, and with this Joy should be able to secure the first turtle. And it's another kill going the way of Sky Kings. They've got a strong start in the mix here. Oh, there's the Nether Realm coming out, just healing and keeping everybody safe and alive. So no Nether Realm will be available for a decent amount of time, about a minute or so. Which means that we will see a little bit less aggression until all of those skills are up and running. But they do have the Minoan Fury available if they decide to play aggressively. But do you really want to play aggressively up against Khalid in the jungle? Yeah, if Khalid locks onto the Joy, so that Joy can't dash, that would be ideal. There's the chase on here to Julian. The Electro Beats comes on underneath the turret. There's the Minoan Fury just locking up onto this Valier. But Mino paid for that engagement with his life. Valier managing to escape. Oh, nice camp there from Suzuki with the shotgun already set, because if Joy walked into that bush to try to go for a jungle red buff steal, that it would have been a dead Joy. That combo, that shotgun combo that comes out from Beatrix is super deadly. Joy into the mix there. Oh, he has the full Electro Beats coming out. Manages to get the pickup. There's the stun. There's the full barrage. They're chasing down the Khalid. They get the double set for Memphis. Now pressure is being placed here. Julian wants to try to clear this lane. Meanwhile, Valier is stuck in the mid lane there. Couldn't actually make the movement across. But they're going to try to engage into the Julian. Has the second skill to escape. Going to get pulled back. The other rail. They're trying to chase him underneath the turret. But Beatrix is into the mix, forcing everybody back. Now the counter engages on. Here's Khalid. He's got the ability to set the sandstorm. But the curtain call lands onto 2. It's Blitzo dishing out the damage. Oh my goodness. If Memphis manages to escape, it's gonna be 3-0. Exchange Joy somehow escapes the attention of Glue. Oh my word, that was a 4-for-1. Sorry, it was Faramus that was removed from the equation, but Faramus had so much stacks that it's like sometimes you would wonder. He's a little bit like he's a necromancer, granted, but it's more like a zombie necromancer. Just keeps coming back. There's Minnow into the mix here. Does not have the Minoan Fury, but has the heals. Throwing that out, went for the Oracle early, as you can see the shield coming through here. So the heals coming through from Minnow is going to be very strong. He rushed the what we like to call the 4.5-5 minute Oracle. There's a curtain call into the back line. The forced back is in here once more. Joy getting a kill on the top lane while the pressure was placed here in the jungle. But we still have quite a bit of time before it's going to be the next objective of the match. But Blitzel on the CC is having a wonderful game so far. Been setting up quite a bit for the team. But overall, Sky Kings have been very strong in this match. It looks like they've found their footing a little bit. They've found the balance that they need. And how to deal with Play4Fun's interesting draft and play style. There's Khalid. He goes in, manages to get the damage onto 2. The forces out, but the full barrage comes in there as that Khalid tries to hit that sandstorm. They want to try to deal with this Ixia who's just turning around and hurting everybody. We should see Khalid taken out, and that's going to be another kill going the way of Sky Kings as they want to try to put the pressure on here. It's the dash from Joy. Electro Beats does come out. Glue just missing the lock on here onto that Joy. Has made the rotation across. Wants to try and help the team protect the mid lane. 30 seconds to go to the next turtle of the match. And Sky Kings, strong position, strong gold lead. And this time round, unlike the first game where they had this very, very strong early game, there's no Sicilian or those late game disruptors to cause a bit of chaos. Jungle Invade is on once more. They've secured that, moved back out to a bit of safety. Joy trying to get in there, knows there was a lot of skills coming out. Tried to find the angle, pops that Electro Beats, going to be pushed back by the second skill, and will go for an uncontested turtle. Meanwhile, Glue taking this opportunity to push the top lane turret. However, opting to disengage from that push to make sure that, that not going to die. So Ixia gets to save that turret. And that's only 2 turrets, the 2 side lane turrets that have been taken down here from the side of Sky Kings. So things looking a bit dire here for the side of Play4Fun. Sky Kings have the bit between their teeth right now, and it's just a question of discipline. They've been showing it throughout the game so far. They've got to maintain it. And we've got a minute and a half to go until this Lord. And that's where things can change. It's a sort of a make or break moment in time. There's an nice pullback here onto the Khalid. The damage being dealt out. The full barrage comes through. Minnow, the flicker Minnow and Fury under the turret, making sure the setup was in there. Beautiful play from Minotaur there, just to help the team out to make sure that objective was guaranteed to be secured. That's what you call synergy. Nicely done by everybody. All 3, the Ixia, the Faramus, and the Minnow in that mid lane battle. They're putting a lot of pressure here on the mid lane. They want to try to get this turret. Glue wants to go in for the defense, but there's Joy. Electro Beats with the second skill from the Valier, or Valor, manages to push the Joy back. 40 seconds to go for this Lord, but the tier 2 turrets still stand for the side of Play4Fun. And so Sky Kings are going to be hoping now to try to at least take a couple of these tier 2 turrets. They want to get the Holy Shields removed from the equation, but I think it's a bit too difficult to try and achieve that objective. I don't foresee the Holy Shields being removed. Maybe this one here on the bot lane, because the positioning is just right for the side of Sky Kings to try to do so. There's a pressure placed here. As I'm just watching the mini map a little bit, right? I'm watching how Ixia is just getting that lane push. Will we see the Holy Shield pop? Yes, we will. That's the 1 minion that they needed. So this, with at least 1 minion popping that Holy Shield, that you can say, okay, that's a very strong advantage to have come this first Lord of the game. Blitzo taking a bit of poke damage from Khalid. Valor just scouting out the bushes, just checking. But it's too difficult to contest. Sky Kings have been showing an extreme degree of discipline. Everybody already in positioning, the zoning being done away from your front trio. So that's should be another tier 2 turret being removed from the equation. The lanes, now it's a question of can they get the lanes synced up. They want to take down another Holy Shield. Yeah, oh, but Joy is going to get engaged. But the Nether Realm just on point, keeping Joy alive. It's going to be the full barrage catching on to everybody, but Khalid disrupts it a little bit here, as it's going to be a 2-for-2 exchange. The defense working out. Oh, Flicker being committed here from Ixia, had to reposition, but there's Faramus with the poke damage. Glue could not make the rotations with a Faramus being in there. That Faramus is like, what? Oh, the curtain call onto 2. What a play from Blitzo. Opportunity here to potentially take down the tier 3 turret. Will Ixia go for this? That's the question. Without the Faramus being close by and the glue being around, you don't really want to do that. As we know, right, Faramus is glue's ultimate counter. It's super deadly. So it was a very clever pick here coming through from the side of Sky Kings, as we saw earlier on in the drafting phase. And it's forcing glue to not be able to frontline as much as you would want the glue to do, because the moment glue hits that split, the moment that happens, it's just gonna hit that first skill from the Faramus, and it's your whole team can say goodbye to themselves in a heartbeat. So just over a minute to go for this second Lord of the game. This is not just match point. This is like the entire series, the tournament point. It can all be determined in the next 2 minutes. How will Play4Fun strategize to try to get themselves out of this situation that they're in? Can they get the defense sorted out? There's no Holy Shields available at all. We're beyond the 12-minute mark, as clearly can be seen from the timer on the screen. So the defense is going to be very difficult, especially with Ixia being as fed as Ixia is, 5-0 and 7. CCARP with a strong performance here on the Ixia. And when they get that full barrage timing, and with the amount of sustain that's there, this is a ultra difficult defense. If they could get somehow to the Ixia, that could be an option or an opportunity to try and get a bit of a comeback going for the side of Play4Fun. We do know that they have. I mean, look at the damage coming out there from the Faramus. Just look at that. I mean, Glue was full health, just one first skill, and it's goodbye, Glue. It's why picking up Glue is scary, right? It's not the when you get a Glue early, you got to get the Faramus out of the equation. But there's the curtain call only onto the Khalid. He did use the Flicker Sandstorm, but Ghost again has to get back to safety. With no Sandstorm, no Flicker will be available, as the Lord will be making his way through, and that's a couple of big skills. Whereas the side of Sky Kings will have all their abilities available, including the flickers. So this is that moment in time. Can we see Play4Fun mount a defense, or will we see Sky Kings soar through the air and become the ultimate hunters and the victors, the winners of the hunter tournament? It's this final moment. I'd say we've got a minute to see what the decisions are going to be like. Minnow just trying to bait everybody out from underneath the turret. The waves are not synced up. This could be the one thing that Play4Fun would be looking towards, saying, you know what, the waves aren't exactly synced up. This gives us a little bit of an opportunity to try and make sure that we can get through. It's just the two waves that have been synced up. Lord taking a lot of damage, does charge in here, but will be melted down quite quickly. The mid lane turret not being secured. There's the Minoan Fury, but the full barrage is there. Oh, the Nether Realm, there's so much damage from X here. Not even the Harley in the backline can disrupt. X here on fire in this final game here, as it's going to be another pull back onto this Glue, but Glue this time around gets a revenge kill on Devatarus. It's like, finally, I saw my opportunity. You've been hurting me the whole game. Gets the shutdown kill. Potential to end this. It's a it will be a 5v3 situation, but the mid lane standing strong, and so the side of Play4Fun, I think they're gonna live to fight another day. And so I thought that that could have been, it was a critical minute in the game. And Play4Fun, although they lost turrets, which we expected them to lose, they would be saying, you know what, we've created the opportunity for ourselves. Because that's all you need. You just got to create that space, the opportunity. It takes one good set, one good moment, one good play, and it can change everything.
Till you drown, or they can keep you up strong, focused on the now. Glass half full, or has it been?
Oh, my apologies, ladies and gentlemen. That my stream just kind of crashed there for a bit. We're just gonna head back into the lobby. The game just sort of crashed, and the game has ended. Unfortunately, that's just so sucky. It looks like it's going to be Sky Kings who won that match. It's just at that moment in time where it was that critical stage where we knew they were going to end and win, then the game crashes. That is just very unfortunate timing. But I will say this: well played to Sky Kings for winning the Hunter tournament. Very well played to them. Play4Fun, also a big shout out to them for making it all the way to the finals. To the GrandFinals. I'm very sorry, right? I apologize. I have to apologize to the teams, the players, and everybody else. It was just so unfortunate that the game crashed at that particular moment in time. It's just very unfortunate to crash out on the game there. But we do know who the winners are going to be. It's going to be the Sky Kings, who have taken the tournament. And for everybody who tuned in to watch, thank you as always for tuning in to watch. Please, if you haven't already, smash that like, share, and subscribe buttons. You wanna, you really would be helping us out at the channel. As Kenny is saying, Glaze-Scar, the wannabe sans. You know, Sky has had an awesome tournament. I must be honest. Very good performance on the mid lane overall. But the team from the side of Sky Kings is looking very deadly at this stage. Though I'm interested to see whether they're going to be maintaining this discipline, whether they're going to be using it to go from, as we say, strength to strength, taking the game up to the next level, and come back even stronger, because there is no limit to how well you can do in this. I mean, as well as you perform, you can get better, you can get stronger, you can do even more things. So but a big shout out to them. Well done winning. As I was saying, thank you everybody for tuning in to watch. It seems like my system is just giving me a bunch of issues here over this last few minutes. In fact, I need to figure out what's going on. But like I said, thank you everybody for tuning in to watch. It's a pleasure as always to cast for you guys. We will catch you all on the next stream, in the next tournament. I know a lot of you will be playing in the Iron Gauntlet. We will see you all there. But for myself, Waylander, this is going to be goodbye and good night.